My name is Jonathan Haidt. I'm a social psychologist and a professor at New York University Stern School of Business. Coddling means overprotection. Our basic argument is that beginning, especially in the 1990s, Americans began vastly overprotecting their kids, not giving them independence, not letting them out until their mid to late teens. And this has contributed to a huge rise in anxiety, depression, and even suicide. Our book is about what caused all these things and what we can do to make them better. One of the main ways is that they were taught that the world is dangerous, that if they go outside and are unsupervised, they might be abducted. They were taught that there should always be an adult looking out for you. They were taught if you see something, say something. If there's a conflict, go tell the adult, don't settle it yourself. This has caused what sociologists call moral dependence. The current generation, not millennials, we're talking about iGen or Gen Z, kids born after 1995, they've been deprived of the opportunity to learn how to work out conflicts by themselves. There's been too much adult involvement in their lives and conflicts. So when they get to college, they find many more things intolerable and they call for more help from adults. This has changed the environment on campus. If you're confronted by something and you think, that's wrong, that's terrible, here's why it's wrong, that's great. If you think, this is dangerous, this is traumatizing, this should not be allowed, there's something wrong here. On a college campus, you're supposed to be exposed to all sorts of things that are even provocative. You're supposed to be exposed to ideas that could be even upsetting. You'll see a lot of them in the world outside. Something changed around 2013 to 2015 where we started seeing many more students interpreting ideas not as true or false, not as right or wrong or even outrageous, but as dangerous. This ends up being really bad for the students themselves to think about ideas in that way. The most important thing that parents can do is to remember that their job is to work themselves out of a job. You have to give your kid thousands of hours of unsupervised playtime, beginning around maybe age 6 or 7 at the latest. Give them thousands of opportunities to experience conflicts without you rushing in. Go to letgrow.org, a wonderful site started by Lenore Skenazy, who wrote the book Free Range Kids, and she gives wonderful advice on how you can let go and let them grow. Given how much more prevalent anxiety and depression are just in the last 4 or 5 years, it's really important that colleges equip students as part of orientation with training, we believe, in cognitive behavioral therapy. It's very effective at helping them deal with anxiety and depression. It's also basically training in critical thinking. You learn to question distorted thoughts, you learn to look for evidence to back up whatever you say. It's training in better thinking that ends up making students less depressed, less anxious, and more willing to engage and skillful at engaging with people who disagree with them. We live in an age of outrage. A lot of students say that they feel like they're walking through a minefield. You need superhuman skills of social interaction, negotiation, argumentation. Read Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It teaches you how to begin a conversation, begin by acknowledging, say where you think the person is right, and it's amazing how that transforms any interaction. We all have to take it down a notch, admit that we don't know everything, grant that the other side is probably morally motivated as well, and just go in with good faith.